So, West Coast street legend Keefe D still is speaking on the Tupac situation. And I thought, man, he just did an interview on Art of Dialogue. Y'all go check out his interview on Art of Dialogue, man. A great upcoming, screen interviewing, whatever you want to call it, podcast. It's great, man. Got a lot of West Coast classics as well. But Keefe said he basically is the one who did it. I mean, I'm gonna refresh in y'all minds and go over some tapes so we can look at these together and look at these interviews, and y'all tell me what y'all thought about all these things and the circumvents and the situations of it, man. This one of them brazy ones. So y'all stay tuned, stay for a ride, and y'all hit that like button, hit that notification bell. And first of all, let me pay these bills right quick, man. This your God Bless One. Go to DJ_Bless1 and rock out with I Smoke Hip Hop Live and come get yours very own content news of hip hop. Salute. Let's go.
It just happened like they said it happened.
Now what I'm gonna do over here is play a highlight video of Keefe D speaking to the folks about what happened to Tupac, and this is him on Vlad TV. Y'all go subscribe to Vlad TV right quick.
Keep the streets on. I ain't gonna go into detail on that.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and read from the book.
Well,
so
let them buy the book then.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna read this passage. The shit was on. Tupac made an erratic move and began to reach down beneath his seat. It was the first and only time in my life that I could relate to the police command. Keep your hands where I could see them. Instead, Pac pulled out a strap, and that's when the fireworks started. One of my guys from the back seat grabbed the Glock and started busting back. The first shot skinned Suge in the head, and I thought that motherfucker was dead. I had heard some stories, supposedly that Suge used Tupac as a shield when the bullets started flying, but that's some bullshit. Suge was already wounded, and he was the one that got touched. As the rounds continued flying, I ducked down so I wouldn't get hit.
Basically, yeah.
So, the bullets started flying. Tupac and Suge's car get all shot up. Was there, and I'd heard different versions of the story, but the one version I heard was that that their entourage started shooting back.
Basically, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they saying they left their guns at home, though. They started shooting back. Then some chicks was in the sea breeze, started following a white sea breeze, ragtop sea breeze.
Why were the girls following you guys?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's crazy.
But I guess their window got shot out.
Front windshield, yeah.
And they stopped following you at that point.
Exactly.
I've talked to a couple people that were there about the situation, and from what they told me was that, you guys came up, the car that you were in came up behind Tupac's car. You guys the cars were not facing each other.
No, they weren't facing each other.
They were not facing each other.
Gutter lane.
You guys got up parallel to them, behind them. And, when you look
side
by side. So how would you even see Tupac reach for anything if you're driving behind him?
We weren't driving behind. I tell you, we were side by side at the light.
Oh, okay. You guys were already side by side.
Yeah.
Man, when you look at the situation, man, you seen what's going on. Keefe D got a lot to say about this entire situation, but a lot of people also had their own to say about it. So let's go to Big U's reaction on Vlad TV when it was said to him what Keefe D said about Pop and Orlando Anderson.
Well, the way he described it was, Baby Lane, Orlando got jumped.
Mm-hmm.
They regrouped with the rest of the
squad,
the South Side guys, and one of the guys had a gun, and they went looking for him. They went to Club 662 originally, but they weren't there yet. And then they were driving around, and then some girls were like, Tupac, and they saw Suge's car with Tupac in it, and Orlando took the gun and opened fire.
Wow.
And yeah.
That's how it happened.
Well, that's the way he described it. Told me the same story, even before I heard the key.
That's how it happened, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how I heard them too.
Yeah.
But when did he get that?
I mean, this happened.
See what I'm saying? It's a lot of up and down reactions from different people regarding the situation with Tupac and Keefe D's recounting the story. So I'm gonna go more to other news. Let's go to Orlando himself being interrogated the night when they actually pinned him for Tupac murder, allegedly.
There is evidence. Anderson in civil court. They claim there is evidence he was in the white Cadillac that night in Las Vegas, that he got out and fired the shots.
From 1995 to date, have you ever ridden in a white Cadillac?
No.
Do you know anyone who owns a white Cadillac?
No.
Anderson, an alleged Los Angeles gang member, has vigorously denied any involvement in the murder and in depositions claimed he was not at the scene. The estate of Anderson in civil court. They claim there is evidence he was in the white Cadillac that night in Las Vegas, that he got out and fired the shots.
A source tells 13 Action News they believe an arrest is finally imminent in the Tupac Shakur case. The legendary rapper's life cut short right here in Las Vegas in a drive-by shooting more than 21 years ago. It says he was in the car when a fellow passenger shot and killed Tupac near the Las Vegas Strip.
And right now, 13 Action News anchor Masa Saidi is live from that scene right now with the potential next steps from police. Masa.
And Todd, Trisha, Davis says Tupac's killer has been dead for years, but tonight the question is, can Davis potentially be charged for that TV interview? Right now, one of the detectives who worked this case that unfolded here is providing us new insights.
It was pretty much common knowledge who did it.
Retired homicide detective Phil Ramos says soon after the shots were fired, Las Vegas police zeroed in on Tupac's potential killer, a man named Orlando Anderson. Ramos says the rapper had beat Anderson up that very night, but the case soon hitting roadblocks and going cold.
It's kind of a given. Gang members don't talk to cops, especially on murder cases, and that's what happened on this case.
That's until Anderson's relative, an ex-gangster, dropped a bombshell in an interview. Dwayne Keith Davis says on September 7th, 1996, he was in the car as Anderson allegedly opened fire. Do you find this information credible?
Can't just take the guy's word for it.
Davis now coming forward because he reportedly has cancer. Ramos says detectives will have to corroborate everything, considering Davis's past.
He was reluctant and told the cops a whole different story in the beginning, and now he's coming forward with this story.
Tonight, it's unclear whether this late...
What they mean?
Other side.
Keefe D has now identified his own nephew as the murderer of Tupac Shakur.
Educational purpose, as you can see.
To this court, and I think that should be considered in determining the severity of the punishment to be imposed on Mr. Knight.
When I actually knew it was a rumble.
Rest in peace, Baby Lane, straight like.
Now, you got a lot of people who were saying rest in peace to Baby Lane when he died. And a lot of people believed in his innocence during the whole trial. There was a lot of things that, you know, carried on and pursued after that. And Baby Lane, for how much years went on even before his death, well, he was very optimistic about the situation. He was about to sign an upcoming record deal, allegedly, what a lot of people are not telling y'all.
Let me just ask you point blank, did you kill Tupac Shakur?
I didn't kill Tupac. I mean, I don't know why, you know what I'm saying? They would even say something like that. I mean, you know, I just want to tell everyone that, you know what I mean, I didn't do it, and you know, so I feel sorry for him, you know what I'm saying, his fans and his, you know, and his family.
It's almost like it was coerced, right? But I ain't gonna speak on that part.
My partner goes to you. When we pulled up, I was in the front seat. Happened to see my friend, Shug.
Shug looks over, he sees you.
Yeah.
He looks right at you.
Yeah, he looks at me.
You said the shots came from the back. Big Dre Orlando. Who shot Tupac?
The keeper for the code of the streets. It just came from the back seat, bro.
And this is what we had to deal with a long time. I mean, even when Nick Cannon was on Vlad TV and he responded to, wow, this is what Keefe D said.
In the shooting in Las Vegas.
Right.
In the Tupac shooting. Everyone else in that car is dead.
Yeah.
And there were people on the other side that are still alive, like, Edie from the Outlaws was, in the car right behind.
But Suge, of course, who definitely wants to tell his story.
Right.
He definitely wants people to know his side.
But this is the last person from Orlando Anderson's side.
Yeah.
Telling the whole story of what led up to this situation, what happened during this situation, and what happened afterwards.
Right.
And, this guy was a major drug dealer beforehand. And I've had this confirmed by other people. And that situation fucked up his whole life.
I can imagine.
His drug connect basically was like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Like, y'all are tripping.
Yeah.
Y'all messing up millions of dollars a month. He went back to, South America.
Educational purpose, man. I'm basically done here, man. I think we got enough grabs of who Orlando Anderson is. As far as with the Tupac situation, if Keefe D want to put his nephew in that type of light, then so be it. But a lot of us, we probably got enough situation and clarity over the years to know and assume to somewhat what happened to Pop. And maybe it's not, but you guys tell me in the comment section what you think. I'm your God Bless One. Thank you for watching another episode of I Smoke Hip Hop Live. Love your family, love your kids, and stay blessed. Look, you can find me on Instagram at DJ_Bless1, at DJ_Bless1. Come rock with the most winningest team out here. I Smoke Hip Hop Live.